Hello, class, and welcome to week 3 of psychology. This week, we were asked to read chapters 6, 7, and 8 from our reading book, Psychology and Everyday Life. After reading these 3 chapters, I knew immediately that I was going to do my speech this week on chapter 8, and I'm going to speak a little bit about problem solving and making good and bad decisions. The reason why I picked chapter 8 and the reason why I picked these 2 topics is because it reflects on my major and my minor. My minor is in leadership, which connects to problem solving, and making good and bad decisions connects to the business world. And in fact, later on, I'm going to read something that just stunned me on page 223, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to read a short one little paragraph about problem solving, and it's in the middle column of page 222, and it says, one tribute to our responsibility is our impressive problem solving skills. What's the best route around the traffic jam? How should we handle friends' criticism? How can we get in the house without our keys? So those 3 bulletins are great. But when I think about problem solving, I look at it in a leadership role, and the 3 bulletins that I think about are understanding that problems are all around us, from when we get up in the morning to when we go to bed at night. Being able to ask for help if one needs it, and finally, don't make the problem worse. So the first bulletin is understanding that problems are all around us, and I'll touch on 3 simple problems. Wake up in the morning and we're out of coffee. Okay, we wake up in the morning and one of my children became ill, or I wake up in the morning and my wife's vehicle won't start. What am I going to do? So problem solving is that you have to be able to think under pressure. Now, I'm not saying that the three bulletin points that I just gave is a life or death situation, but it goes along with the chapter. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, what am I going to do if I run out of coffee? Well, I'm going to leave a little bit earlier, and I'm going to stop by at the coffee shop, and I'm going to get me a coffee. What am I going to do if I wake up and one of my children is running a fever? Well, it's my turn on the rotation, so I'm going to have to call in for work. What am I going to do if one of our vehicles don't start? Well, I'm going to walk out to the shed, and I'm going to get some jumper cables, and I'm going to jump off the vehicle that's not starting. So to sum that up, problem solving is being able to come up with a solution to the problem. The next thing is being able to ask for help. Run into a situation at work. I'm not sure how to deal with it. What am I going to do? Am I going to tackle the situation whenever I know that I don't know how to do this? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to research. I'm going to take the situation, okay, and I'm going to come up with my own conclusion of the situation. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to call the chief, who is my next ranking supervisor, and I'm going to say, Chief, here is the problem. Here's how I believe we should handle the problem. What do you think? He's going to tell me yay or nay. If he tells me nay, I'm going to get his advice. I'm going to say, well, okay, which part of my idea did you not like? He's going to tell me, well, I'm going to shave off some of my idea. I'm going to mix in his idea, and we're going to come up to a conclusion for the problem. Being able to ask for help, it's huge. If you don't know how to do something, ask for help. The last bulletin point that I'm going to speak about is, don't make the problem worse. Okay, sometimes we as humans, we just make the issue worse than it has to be. For example, we roll up to a wreck. What are we going to do? Are we going to be able to get out and assess the situation and get the people that are involved in the wreck the help that they need while the first responders are on their way to the wreck? Or are we going to freak out? And of course, we want to say that we are going to get out, we're going to assess the situation, we're going to call 911, we're going to tell 911 what the situation is, do we need EMS, so on and so forth. Okay, that's what we want to say we're going to do. But I've also been a part. I've also rolled up to a scene where the people that rolled up to the crash, they have no idea what to do. Okay, so they're over here freaking out when they should be over here trying to help these people and get the first responders there. If you're freaking out, you can't call 911. So the best thing to do, take a deep breath, assess the situation, call for help. The last thing that I want to speak about is making good and bad decisions. And like I said, I read something in here that baffled me, and it's the fourth sentence, middle column, 223, and it says that a social psychologist conducted that they often, after interviewing leaders in the government, businesses, and educators, one social psychologist concluded that they often make decisions without considered thoughts and reflection. How did they usually reach their decision, if you ask? They are likely to tell you they do it mostly by the seat of their pants. So, I don't think it's very good if our government is making decisions by the seat of their pants. And I also don't believe it's a very good idea for any business leader or business manager to make decisions for his or her business by the seat of their pants. One decision can fatally cost any corporation. I speak very passionate on this topic, but I'm hitting 7 minutes, so I got to hurry up. At work, I'm blessed enough now where I can take a decision and I can think about it for an hour or two. Okay, I understand that not everybody can take a decision, take a couple of hours to think of a resolution, especially for our first responders. Okay, I've been on that side of the show, and unfortunately, they have to make life-saving decisions or life-changing decisions in a snap of the finger. But God has blessed me in so many ways in my career. You know, He has blessed me with where I'm at right now with the sheriff's office. He has blessed me in being able to be a problem solver. I'm not telling you that I'm the best problem solver in the world, but I'm pretty good when it comes to solving problems, and I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to help people with their problems. I enjoy people coming to me with problems and letting me put my 2 cents in there. Making good and bad decisions. I can't tell you that I haven't made bad decisions, but what I can tell you is that every bad decision that I've made, I have learned from it. So I'm hitting 8 minutes, so I'm going to say, class, this has been a great chapter. I'm very passionate about chapter 8. I'm going to, more than likely, I'm going to read it again. So have a happy 4th of July. Stay safe, and God bless.